Hi, what's up guys? So we're back camping out in Dogman Woods, Tuckles Forest, and we've lit the fire and we're just going to sit and listen. Andy's going to run the SLS camera to see if we can pick up any figures through the trees, and if we can, then something else on two legs is here besides us. So we'll film around, we'll show you where we're at, what's going on, and then we'll watch the SLS camera and see if we pick anything up. We're just going to listen out and see if we hear any noises.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're sticking in the woods. Pitch black. But we've got a campfire going. Yeah, we've got the campfire on now, and Andy's going to use SLS to see if we spot any figures in the trees that shouldn't be there. So we haven't given up on this Dogman yet, guys, because of the scary incident we had the other week when we were filming Tuckles Haunted Well and the Hollins Head Hall, which we were there to do the paranormal, and we just started our separate vigils when we heard this strange kind of growling, low barking, which turned into more like of a shriek that we couldn't explain, and it went on for about 20 minutes, but we managed to film 6 minutes of it. We've loaded that on if you want to see it. It's Shocking Noises Heard. That's the title of it, 6 minutes long, and after that we switched our cameras off and the shrieks went on for 20 minutes, but there was two sets of shrieks. One coming towards us and one moving away as though there was a pair.
Yeah, it was...
What do you make of it, Andy?
Oh, that's me, is nobody's actually come round and said, oh, it's this, that's a load of rubbish, this, that and that. All I can say, if you watch that, at first, yeah, it did sound like somebody coming down with a dog, but then again, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Who's walking a dog at that time of day, right?
Well, with no torches
but
anyway.
Especially they're walking with no torch, which it's pitch black. There's not a house around. There's no light, no nothing. So you'd be breaking your neck. Not only that, if your dog had run off, you'd be shouting him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd, and it started off like a dog, and when it says on the Spirit Talker, you're making a big mistake, and I went, no, I'm not, and I'm walking back. It was like a,
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like a,
no.
You know, like a dog.
Yeah.
That's what made me think. And then when it started making the noise to another one in the distance who was like, as though it was calling back to it, it was just weird, because I thought, if it was a dog that's run off, the dog would have come where the torches were.
Yeah.
Somebody would have come where the torches were. It didn't. It went in the opposite direction.
So roll the SLS camera,
You know,
and let's have a look if anything.
I've got that on. And
so we're just going to scan around the forest and keep our eyes open for any two-legged figures that might show up, because if they're anything like Bigfoot, they might just hide away and watch us. You know, there's been no stories of anyone being attacked in these parts, no dead animals left or anything like that, so my guess is that probably are like more frightened of us than we are of them. And thank the viewers that have been sending us comments saying be careful out there, look out for yourselves. You know, it's a dangerous encounter, which, you know, we don't know what the encounter is going to be like until we actually come face to face with this.
Well, as the guy said, the guy, I don't know, I apologise if I can't remember your name, who said, which he said, you don't hunt Dogman, Dogman hunts you.
But it's right though, and I agree with what he's saying, because we don't know what this is.
But if it's alien, we're not going to pick it up, are we?
This is it.
You know what I mean? I mean, you don't know, do you?
So film round and we'll listen quiet for a few minutes.
I mean, would it be good for putting some wolf holes on?
Yeah, if you want to do the wolf howls, if you think they'll help.
I can do it on him.
Yeah, okay.
Just get him my phone, right?
I'm just going to grab that brighter torch there and then we can film better for people to see what we're doing. So we've set a fire, like we always do, in the woods. Partly just to draw anything closer that might be around, curious as why there's a fire going on.
I'll have to do it on my phone.
Alright, well, do you want to run SLS for now and we'll do the wolf howls later?
Yeah.
So it's very curious. Several people have had some sightings. And we've had the audible, the sound of it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Though no sighting. Let us know if you get anything on SLS and we'll stop and film that area. So SLS, for those people who haven't seen it before, it's used in paranormal, and you film if any sort of phantom figures come across the camera, it will pick up a stick figure. But it can also be used for animals and people too besides. So if there are any creatures in this woods, they will show up. If there's any two-legged creatures, like if there's people walking up, that will pick them up. But if there's two-legged creatures showing up on that screen, and there's no one here, then potentially we might have something. So yeah, let's talk to you guys about what's been going on. It's been a bit freaky, really, because we'd dropped this Dogman thing. We'd done 2 critter videos, and we dropped it because we thought no one's interested in this. It's not happening, really. We did talk to 2 witnesses that claimed to have seen something, and we followed it up, but then it kind of just fell flat and went dead until we were out doing the paranormal last month, Hollinshead Hall and Well, and that's when we got these strangest shrieks that we've ever heard. It sounded a little bit like Jurassic Park to me. So whatever's lurking around these woods, we have no idea, but we're gonna include this now in our shoots along with the paranormal and the other abandoned stuff we're going to be doing quite soon. Yeah, let's just carry on and see if we can find something out, anything. So Andy's going to bring our campfire back to life. The thing is with this, right, I'm going to treat it like a Bigfoot investigation. You know, the guys out in America and Canada and all that that's doing the finding Bigfoot and all that stuff. We're going to take like some of the experiments that they're doing and run them in this woods to see if we can bring something forward, and whatever that thing likes, whether it likes just the sound of voices or whether it likes lights or whether it likes fire or food even. Perhaps we can cook something and entice it forward that way. We're just going to try various experiments over the next few months, and let's just see if we can get anything. It is pretty scary because we discussed this like on the last couple of episodes, that with the ghosts, the dead and the passed over and the spirit, and they're not really that harmful potentially unless they become demonic. It's a living thing, and it's possibly could even be alien, and we don't know what we're dealing with, and that's this is scarier than chasing the ghosts, to be fair.
I'm going to see if there's any messages.
You feel the same about that, Andy?
Because you don't know what you're looking for, do you?
No, you don't.
No, I'm going to run this for a minute and see what anything messages come through.
Yeah, it's always worth a thing, because we got some interesting messages that connected up, didn't we, when we were doing the paranormal, and then the we think it was Dogman tried to show up. We were a bit sceptical about the whole thing, weren't we, until we heard it. I know the credible YouTubers have been out there looking for it and everything, and we followed them because we're always interested in what them guys are doing. Abandoned. Well, that's Hollinshead Hall. That's an abandoned building.
Hollinshead Hall, and the well's abandoned.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, why did that hall become abandoned? Is this something that's gone back centuries and people freaked out and moved out because of it?
Nobody seems to sort of look more into it, but why was it why? Oh, what was going on? Weirdo.
Well, it is weird, isn't it? I mean, it's part man, part dog by all accounts.
Yeah.
It's been seen to run on all fours like a big black dog, and then it stands up on 2 legs. and walks off or runs off on two legs. This is what the people are describing the same thing. And we can't even call out, we can't even say, come forward or anything. So if we hear them sounds again.
4.
Maybe there's 4 of them, we heard 2.
I think I'll just run this for a couple of minutes
Yeah,
and then we'll
okay.
just say, because, I mean...
Died in building. They're talking about Hollinshead Hall, they must be. They must be. Maybe people got attacked by it at Hollinshead Hall and that's why the family either died out or left.
It just seems, because...
Not a lot of
Take this.
Not a lot of news from the woods and the countryside ever got into the papers back then.
See a place like that, you would have thought somebody had took it on.
Well, that's what I mean. But do you remember the message we got on the last shoot? We got cursed land.
Yeah,
and if it's cursed...
Yeah, we did.
Like if they would have believed in werewolves back then.
You don't know, do you?
But I'm coming more from a cryptoid point of view, like maybe alien has crossbred some of the species and put them back on Earth.
Yeah, I mean... But you would have thought... I mean, I couldn't find any picture... Catherine, I struggled to find any pictures of the play. You know, you would have thought there would have been some sort of...
Catherine, come forward. Were you connected to Hollinshead Hall? Was this your woods? Because the thing is with aliens, right? Everyone thinks they're a modern thing. Yeah, but that's a modern name, Kelly, isn't it? Everybody thinks that aliens are a modern thing. But if you look at some of them paintings that were done in the 1200s, they've painted UFOs in the background, so they've been coming here for centuries. So this werewolf business, how do we know that aliens haven't crossbred and put things on this planet centuries ago, and people have sort of said werewolf because that's all they could understand it as back then. But now today, with today's DNA and everything else that's going on, we can understand that they can crossbreed and make these creatures. And aliens, they would have been able to do that anyways because they're so advanced from what we've seen anyway.
I mean, it's not something that's new. It's something that's been around for...
Well, the werewolf story's been around for centuries, hasn't it? The lycanthropy story. And it's always connected to full moon.
Yeah.
But what if they come out on full moon because the light is better for them?
Oh yeah, probably.
No.
They're about anyway, but the full moon will...
They'd have more light to hunt or do whatever they're doing.
Or is it it's a ritualistic thing?
The full moon?
The full moon is a ritualistic thing.
Maybe.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Who are we speaking to, please? Can you give us your name again?
Catherine Kelly. Said you were happy.
See, in times gone by, Kelly was more likely to be a man's name.
Yeah, Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, it would have been a man's name in those days, if we're going so far back. And bear in mind, there's going to be deer in this woods as well, so if you hear anything, it could be. Because I freaked out the other week when I heard them 2 wood cracks. And they were proper like wood cracks, I didn't even know what that was. It sounded like someone with heavy boots standing on wood and cracking it. And I don't think that deer could make that kind of noise, they're not that heavy, are they? I don't think they'd be that heavy.
Quite nimble because they don't want you to hear.
They normally shy away, dear. So, yeah, this quest. We've come across this quite by accident, really. We wasn't planning on doing any of this until that experience the other week. Now we just need to know. Did you hear a distant dog bark then? But there's a couple of distant farms, remember? But that's how this started the other week. Can you hear a distant dog bark? Let's just listen for a second, because that did turn into shrieking sounds, didn't it? It might be a farm dog. Alright, so Andy's gone off into the woods with the SLS camera to see if he can pick anything up. So I'll let him go off and do his thing there. Yeah, so there's a couple of distant farms, so whether we'd be able to hear the dogs from there, I don't know, but there is one dog barking distantly. But let's just see if that turns into a shrieking howl that we heard the other week, because if it does, we're going to keep the camera rolling this time and pick it up, because we were so freaked out we switched it off after 6 minutes and legged it to find each other. And then we sat quiet with the lights off and everything because we didn't want whatever it was to find us. And it continued for a good 20 minutes. And it's roughly the same time, and we're a little bit, sort of half a mile away from Hollins Head Hall at the minute. We've gone deeper into the forest this time. So let's just listen, see if we hear anything. It's like you want to call out, is anybody there? Is any spirit people here? But really, it's... Can't with this. All we can do is cook sausages and hope for the best. But if it's vegetarian, it ain't going to come for the sausages. I've never heard of a vegetarian dog though. A vegetarian bloodhound doesn't sound right, does it? Did you get anything on that? I could hear a dog bark in the distance, but I think it was a farm dog.
That was a dog.
Didn't sound odd or anything, did it? All we can do is watch and wait, folks, and just take you with us and just, you know, keep our eyes open and our ears. Because bearing in mind, these creatures are meant to roam the whole of Winter Hill area and all the surrounding forests. And if you want to know the area, our USA viewers and Canada viewers, it's northwest England, Lancashire, Tockholes, Winter Hill. You should be able to Google the map and you can see roughly where we are. And you'll be able to see how vast this area is. Nothing like the kind of vastness that you have up in Canada, of course. It's only on a much, much smaller scale because we're England and we're small, but still we've got the forests and still we've got the habitat, you know, for something to survive.
Oh yeah.
I know Canada and America and all that because they've got so much more wild country park and forest than we have. And that's why they can find more sort of Bigfoot sightings and things like that, but our forests are much, much, much smaller. Our forests are probably like your backyards.
So the thing is with this, it's more listening in it.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're paranormal, you're asking out for stuff. Whereas this is...
The only other thing we could try, if we keep really quiet, is run the EVP recorder and see if we pick up on there and don't hear it with our ears. Then we know it's something along the paranormal route rather than the creature route, don't we?
Yeah. We do that.
Like if we pick up any shrieks and wolf howls on that, but we don't hear it, then it's on another level.
I'll do is I'll get that EVP.
Okay. It's just a thought I had before.
Yeah.
But having said that about our forests in England, one thing that you need to remember and bear in mind is that our forests are centuries old. You know, Sherwood Forest, centuries old. St John's Wood down in London, although there's not much of it left right now, centuries old. The forests in Scotland, and these forests around the northwest of England and the northeast of England, centuries old. And which is the one where the witchcraft was performed, the famous one? Canowdon Forest. Is that down south?
Yeah, that's...
Canowdon Forest. So all of these forests go back like thousands of years, so there is that kind of mystery attached to them and previous occult practices from witches, you know, druids, pagans. So there's all that kind of magical element. Even though our forests are small, there's that magical element to them. Whereas like in America and you know, Canada and Australia and New Zealand, where you've got vast open spaces, we haven't got the vast open space as much, but we've got more kind of sort of magical history, if you like, and gruesome history too.
EVP in here as well.
Should be, yeah. So the fire's come back to life.
Yeah,
The ground's very damp
I
tonight.
think because it's a bit damp,
Yeah.
it's not kicking off.
Just film around and see if we see or hear. Even eye shine, you know, you never know if you're going to pick up any eye shine. Do you remember when we did the very first critter shoot at Critter Woods? And we thought we picked up some eye shine when we got down across the bridge into the woods, but we weren't sure really if it was or not. But it could have been deer, this is the thing. We're not well versed enough to say, are we, what? If there's any cryptozoologists out there who can give us some clue.
With this, you're more sort of watching weight. You sort of more of a weight in it.
Yeah, it is.
Just
Watch and wait.
Listening to what you're going on rather than. 'Cause
Well, I
you
found
can't ask out, can you?
that a lot of these things that you're looking for, you catch them by accident. It's like ghosts.
Probably.
You catch ghosts when you're not really looking for them.
Yeah, you do.
You see UFOs when they're not even, you're not even thinking about them, and you hear these animal creatures when you're doing something completely different.
Yeah, of course you do.
So if you pick it up by chance, then there's definitely something there.
Yeah, of course you do.
If you're looking for it, your brain can suggest, oh, it's this, it's that, I've heard this, it could be that. But if you're not looking for that particular thing and it shows up, then you've got it, I think, it's credible.
Yeah, because it was like that the other week. I weren't even looking for that, and I weren't even expecting that, and it was just.
We were on paranormal, weren't we?
Yeah, it was mad. My only regret is I didn't leave that.
Yeah, no, we know now though
I mean,
to leave the cameras rolling longer. If we get anything unusual like that now in future. This mist coming across, guys, is from the fire, it's not paranormal.
And then you start thinking, well, actually, the place where we need to get to safety, back to the car, we can't go that way. You know, and it's, yeah, we know our way around there, but in the dark, it's completely different, isn't it?
This is perfect conditions for Dogman.
Do you know what I mean? And not only that, you can't even get it on your phone because there's no internet.
No.
So you're like,
What do you do?
what?
You drop your camera and hope someone finds the footage.
You know, it's
Like Blair Witch.
What do you do? Yeah, what do you do? Yeah. Right, well, I'm gonna put some wolf howls on,
Yeah.
and then I'm not gonna do it myself because I just ended up.
Yeah, okay, so Andy's going to run some wolf howls on his phone.
So,
And then we're going to run EVP and stay
No.
quiet and see if we get any
'cause
response on that.
I mean, you heard something last time I did them, didn't you?
I had
thought that put me
two
off.
cracks as though Heavy Feet was walking across wood.
Yeah. You look like Dogman on front of that cover, whatever it was.
Here's dinner. Alright, so we've run EVP now and then...
I'll probably get somebody blasted copyright in there, won't I, for that?
What, for the wolf owls? They sound like American coyotes.
Oh, isn't it?
We're going to get sued by a pack of American coyotes. We're in trouble then.
That's when you start to worry, innit?
Okay, so we stay quiet, guys. Then we can record.
Record now.
Okay.
And then we'll see, because there's nobody about, there's no wind, there's no noise, there's no nothing, there's no cars, no nothing. So record for about 2 minutes.
I'm just going to come over there because I'm sat right with the smoke's coming across here. Okay, so we didn't get anything there, but you've got to try it, haven't you, to see.
Yeah, I mean,
So maybe that theory isn't any good then. Maybe they are animal creatures.
it's, yeah, I mean,
It We've got to try all different theories, haven't we, and debunk them.
You've got to try. See what's...
So obviously they're proper creatures and not on the paranormal level. You know, whether they're alien or hybrid or... We don't know, do we?
You can only try, can't you?
Yep.
You can only try.
I'll come over here because of the smoke. It was everywhere.
This might be able to cover that up in a minute.
Yeah. Is that the last log? Alright, so we'll sit and listen till the fire goes out then from the sea. Just in case, you never know. It is 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. now, so it's the right time.
Yeah, it's just gone 3 o'clock, so...
It's paranormal hour now, really, isn't it?
Totally done, I think.
Did anything show up on the SLS camera?
No, I wasn't picking anything up on there, It's all you can do, really, because, I mean... I suppose we'll just get that back out and have another...
We'll just try different experiments every time we come out. Like when we're on our way to or from somewhere, we're passing through these woods, we'll just stop and do a 45-minute shoot and just do a different experiment every time and see, you know, what works.
I mean, sometimes it's like you said, we were just...
Right place, right time,
right place,
chance.
Right place, right time, and it just,
But do you think that hall has got some association with this Dogman? You know, like the movie Wolfman, is it? Wolfman?
Yeah, because when you look at the ruins, it's a big place, isn't it? And
Yeah.
you just think...
It was an ornamental fountain, and not every hall had that back in those days.
No, and well, it's... you get these old mansions where nobody's used them, but it's like they've just gone completely.
Yeah.
It's like somebody's too come down.
Yeah, it is.
Because, I mean, you think back to that abandoned farmhouse we did.
Yeah.
It was just, everything had just literally caved in.
I think,
But
though,
we
with
still-
farms, they kind of like build a new one and move into it and let the other one go to rack of ruin, let the
Yeah,
animals use it for shelter.
That,
Whereas this is a proper hall that's just gone, like just been left.
and when you go around and you look, it was a massive area of buildings.
It was.
You know, I found it really difficult getting pictures of it.
But to build a fountain house like that, like a spa, really, they must have had a lot of money
Yeah,
because
I mean-
people used to go to Harrogate if they lived in the north, or they used to go to Bath or Leamington Spa to take the waters and have the Roman baths. As like in the Victorian times, it was a really big thing to go and have 8 weeks in Bath, drinking the mineral water and just bathing in the Roman baths. And the baths are still there in Bath. That's why it's called Bath. So to have your own like kind of like fountain spa built in your own house, it's very must have had a lot of money. Must have liked a healthy lifestyle. It's like today's health spa. It was just a Victorian version.
Yeah, and the well's still there.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
well's still pretty.
Very ornately carved, and there was a picture. There's a place where there was a painting of some sort. It would have been very beautiful back in the day. So Andy's just having another go on the SLS to see if we can pick any figures up in the woods. You know, on that, would it pick up four-legged like deer and things if there was any animals?
Yeah,
It would pick anything like it would map it out as a
It
deer.
would pick up a farm, yeah.
Right.
It would pick up a human farm, yeah.
This is the second best thing to thermal imager, really, isn't it? For a dark woods.
It picks you up. It's mapping you.
Yeah.
So,
So So you probably be able to pick up some deer then if there's deer about.
Oh, yeah.
Deer will probably come
If
close,
it-
curious, but they won't come
an-
too
an
close.
Animal. I mean,
It's on two legs that we're interested.
I think maybe with this sort of thing you more need a more like a thermal imager.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're not going to be able to call out. I mean, alright, I did the wolf howls, but then again, if that's possibly a completely different animal
Maybe.
from what this is, so it's not going to call back, is it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? And
we tried the tree knocks on the critter episode, and really, tree knocks are Bigfoot, aren't they? Really.
Yeah, and
So you've kind of got to map what the animal's actually doing to get a response, I think.
and all I got was a load of bird crap on my head.
Yeah, but that was your own fault, really. They'd just gone to the nests and you got a big stick and whacked the tree and they all flew out, didn't they, and scared the living daylights out of us. That was our second critter experience, guys.
I do my best.
You see, it was being called the critter originally around here, weren't it? Now people are saying more Dogman. Now they've had more sightings and seen it better. The wind's getting up. But we are right on the hills here, guys. It's like we're just in a dip where the forest is. And there's a couple of really big lakes at the back too, and I'm thinking these animals would want a drink of water and stuff. So that,
it's one of them that
well, here they've got shelter and water,
it gushed around.
so it's perfect, isn't it? For a creature that wants to hide away. You see, some people contacted us and made suggestions about what the sounds could be, and somebody said wild boar, but to be fair, as far as I know, we haven't had wild boar in Britain for a good couple of well, maybe 150 years, something like that. So, I can't think of anything else it could have been, to be fair.
I mean, now I get what that guy was saying.
No, he's right. I like to hear these suggestions. We need to hear these suggestions.
But I get that.
But there's not been wild boar in England, no, Frank. I've never heard of any. Have you?
Yeah, I mean,
Really? And where we grew up, there's a lot of farms and things. And we still know some people who have farms today, you know. So it's like nobody's ever mentioned that, have they?
no, I mean nobody's. That's the one thing that not one person has said to me when they heard it. Oh, that's a dog.
No, they haven't.
Even the most like, people who just think what you do, paranormal and all that's like, oh, that's not real.
Nobody's said
You
anything
know,
like that.
People,
Everyone's been pretty amazed as we have.
everybody's like been like, that's weird. Not one person has said to me, oh, that's a so and so dog. But then again, I'm saying to them, well, yeah, all right. If it is a dog, if somebody did say yeah, it is, but what's the dog doing around there without
Yeah.
anybody?
But it was like the
how-
shrieks were too long.
And why was it? If it's a stray dog that's run off and it's lost, yeah, I'm up for that one. But why was it shouting to another one that was like
Calling back.
over in the distance, that's calling back to it, and then it went for it?
Yeah, and then
No, that
when they met up, it went quiet, didn't it?
yeah.
It's as if one was calling out to find the other and the other was calling back to say, I'm over here.
Yeah. Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, that's what freaked me out more out was the noise it made. I mean, yeah, people will watch it and go. People will watch that and go, it's a dog and all that.
But nobody said that.
but
Not one person.
Not one person has said.
All the people we know and all the viewers besides, nobody has said that.
Nobody said it was a dog. And the thing is, you just, I wish now I hadn't turned the camera off, but in that heat of the moment, your head's not.
It was pure fear, wasn't it?
When you're both on your own. One's in one place hearing it, and one's in another place hearing it. My first reaction was, somebody's coming down with a dog. What the hell is who's coming down with a dog at this time of morning? I need to get to Ellison because we need to be together, because I don't know who the hell it is coming down with a dog at this time of morning. You don't know what, do you?
No.
No,
you don't.
You don't. And then you think, well, there's nobody speaking. You would have thought if somebody had been coming down with a dog, seen two torches down there, they'd have made some sort of contact.
Yeah, because we've run into dog walkers loads.
Between each other.
And dog walkers usually join into paranormal, don't they? In the past they have.
It's like, there was none of that. There was no torch. And you think, when we were coming down, I had a torch, and how many times did I stumble?
Yeah, I know, it was, because there's that big dip where the water's run down in the mud and made it a dip.
I stumbled and I had a torch.
You couldn't get down there with no torch.
You know.
Well, you get a broken ankle.
Yeah, but you just couldn't. You couldn't. You know, and that was it. But that when it. I mean, I think what got me more than anything was when I was doing it. It was what I was getting off the spirit talker.
Yeah.
Which made me a bit worried as it was, because I was in there and it had come out something like we want to talk or something. Then it said, we're listening. And then I've stood outside and it went, it's about to begin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, all right. Well, what's about to begin? And as I walked outside, I heard that dog.
Yeah.
So that made me think, shit. And then I'd heard the dog barking, and then my first ride, I thought, well, I better get down there, because if somebody's coming down with a dog, I don't want us both being on our own. Get down to Ellison. And then I'm thinking, and then as I'm walking, picked everything up, and I was walking back down to you, and it went, you are making a big mistake.
Yeah.
And I just went, no, I'm not. And that's when it started going like...
Yeah, it went crazy then.
I know people are saying Dogman, this, that and the other, but to me it sounded like... I know a lot of people would probably laugh, but to me it sounded like a big ape.
Yeah.
Which I know it can't possibly be. No, it's... I'm going home smelling of smoke again.
So, we're just going to have to hang out in the woods every now and again and just film, aren't we, and see if we get it again.
And I'll put this thingy on just for that.
Yeah, we've got a few more minutes yet, a couple more minutes.
But, yeah, I mean, it's something just worth...
I think now we've got to follow it through.
Coming out.
I think if we'd not seen or heard anything, I'd have dropped the subject really, but now I think we have to follow it through.
I think because you've heard certain... Yeah, I mean, I think because... I think if we hadn't heard, if that hadn't have happened, we'd have just carried on, done the paranormal and then come home and...
Yeah, we would.
Yeah, but... thing is, how many people who've witnessed, who've had sightings, who've heard things, things like that, you very rarely get it more than once, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you think how many paranormal investigators have actually seen an actual figure, an actual full-blown, you know, ghost.
Yeah.
Very, very few in there.
Yeah.
There's very, very few. But I think a lot of people do it because of things that have happened when they were young, when they were children. The number 8. They've had things happen as a child and they want to know.
Yeah.
They want to know. It's like, and I think that's what this channel is about. It's not about, yeah, we do abandoned, we do paranormal, we do this, we do, you know, the UFO thing, but I think it's about trying to find out life mysteries.
Yeah.
And looking for the answers, you know. And all I
Anything
say is
bizarre or
don't-
unexplained.
don't always accept what you're told. Question things. Always question.
So we will continue this quest for the unexplained and the bizarre and the paranormal.
Yeah.
And on that note,
You find a pew.
yeah, when you find a log to sit on,
What's this Dogman appearing in the
if
background?
Dogman is peering over our shoulders in the background, I swear to God, we haven't paid him or anything. We haven't paid any Dogman or anybody to dress as Dogman or anything like that. So
No,
if there is a Dogman in this video right now,
The only
that
Dogman.
is legit,
The only
right?
Dogman in this
It's
video
legit.
is me.
So we're going to leave you now. We're going to put the fire out and we're going to move on to our next location.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to another spooky graveyard. So take care
Bye.
and we'll see you soon.